Hello and welcome to the Wonders of We. It's me, Nefertiti George. I'm so glad to be with you guys today. Um, so I'm just checking in. I want to know how you guys are doing. I know I did another check-in video a while ago, but it doesn't hurt to check in. Yeah. So I just wanted to check in and see how you guys are doing, and I wanted to share with you guys how to be your own best friend. So, we are, still in quarantine. It may look different for some people depending on where you are in the city, um, or in the state, or in the country. But technically, there is still this this COVID that's going on, where everybody's health is at risk, and I'm just checking in. And with that being the case, we have many of us have had significant amount of time being in our own company and being in our own space. So becoming your own best friend is something that some of you guys have already done before there was a pandemic, and others of you are just now learning. And even if you are quarantining with your family or with a partner, whatever the situation is, it's still helpful to be your own best friend. And it's something that you want to hold on to no matter what's going on in the world, right? So I just want to share a couple tips, I guess you can say. There may be things you're already doing. This could just be a reminder for some of you guys, but I hope you enjoy. All right, so becoming your own best friend. So, what's the whole point of becoming your own best friend? So, typically, when you become friends with someone, it's basically because there's something about that person that's attractive to you. So, they can be a funny person, they can be whatever. Like they just seem so smart, intelligent, or good at what they're doing, and you want to kind of glean from that. So, with becoming your own best friend, what about you do you appreciate? What about me that I appreciate? I love my humor. And I think number one actually is my kindness. I love how kind I am. And then second to that, I'm pretty dang funny. Like pretty dang funny. So those are some things that I like about myself. And so with me being aware of that, that's really cool. I mean, overall, me being me, I really like that and I love that about myself. And so the same thing with yourself. Like there's more to the just those two things that you like or love about yourself. You being you is important and necessary on this earth, right? But for for some of us it can be really difficult to find something about ourselves that we like. So if you can find one thing, let that be it and gravitate to that. Even if it's something that like you kind of have to borrow or steal from someone, like maybe someone has said to you like, hey, I think that you're really good at like putting things together, or you're super inclusive, I really like that about you. So if you're having to borrow from other people, go ahead and do it. So once you've identified that thing that you really like about yourself and appreciate, hold on to that and nourish that. So I'll be honest with you guys, full transparency, there are many times I'm laying in my bed and I'm just blowing out a bunch of jokes, and I'll just be in bed cracking up, like literally like stomach core crunched because I'm laughing so hard. um so spend some time and kind of nurture that thing about yourself that you like, whatever it is. In the process of that, I believe truly that you'll find other things about yourself that you like and you can contribute to nourishing. So yeah, that's one thing. Second thing too, how do you treat your friends? Now if you're a good friend, right, that means you treat your friends in a way that is beneficial. Obviously it's beneficial to them or they wouldn't want to be your friends anymore, unless it's like a toxic unhealthy relationship. But I'm believing that it's not a toxic unhealthy relationship. So these people that are in your lives and that are considering you a friend, these are people that you're doing something that's benefiting their life greatly, and that's why you guys are still friends. And for some of you guys are best friends forever, or you're just best friends, or you're just dear friends or good friends, whatever you want to term it as. So, how you treat that friend, think about that and consider treating yourself that way. So, if you're a really awesome encourager, like, oh my gosh, girl, you can do it. Like, remember all the things that you've done in the past, and you like bring up experiences that they have done, like examples of things that they've done to encourage them. Do the same thing to yourself. right? So we know about the five love languages, right? Gifts, touch, words of affirmations, acts of service, and I cannot remember the other one. I think it's encouragement. But so keep that in mind because you can apply all five of those things to yourself as well. So encourage yourself, be kind to yourself, be considerate to yourself. Take some time. We've heard a lot about this, like sitting and be still. And if you haven't heard about it, hear it now. Sit down somewhere and be still. And in that, go ahead and sit down and just kind of reflect about yourself. Now, I'm not trying to promote narcissism. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to promote valuing yourself to the point where you love yourself so much that you literally are your best friend. Now, I'm not saying to eliminate the people in your life that you care about and you love. We need people, we need community, and relationships are beneficial to our lives for many reasons. One in particular, relationships for me, they teach me about myself. I don't learn myself if I'm not in relationships. If I'm living by myself all the time, being by myself in community with myself alone, which is not realistic, right? You can't have community by yourself. I'm not going to know anything about myself. I'm not going to know how to be truly patient. I'm not going to know how to truly be kind. I'm not going to know what it means to sacrifice or to love if I'm not in relationship. So what I'm saying is, with you being your own best friend, please do not neglect the people in your life. I'm just saying contribute some time to yourself. Invest some time in you because you are vital, you are necessary, you are important. Okay? So feed yourself. Feed yourself some love. Feed yourself some encouragement. Feed yourself some best friend time. So sit down somewhere, be still, and just take some time. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it all the time. But sit down and just really like reflect upon yourself and like, how am I doing? What do I need right now? What's the one question I'm not being asked? How am I feeling? So take your time and like literally sit down. Those are just some example questions. But when you're sitting down in the present moment with yourself, there's probably going to be a different like amount of questions that are going to come your way. That's literally coming from your heart. So you're going to hear, like this inner voice, right? And you're going to ponder on those things of what the inner voice is saying. So that's one way of being your own best friend, is listening to yourself. Take some time, sit down, be still, and listen to yourself. You can pour yourself some tea. You can go ahead and make a brownie and eat it. I'm not recommending doing those things because sometimes it can be really distracting. It's really nice to just be in your own company, just you. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to utilize other things. And I mean, versatility is awesome, right? Or is it variety? Variety is awesome. So there might be times where you're sitting down and there's nothing. It's just you by yourself. There may be other times where you might want to take the opportunity to include something with you, like I'm going to just color or I'm going to drink the tea that I mentioned. You could also treat yourself to sitting down in a place where you don't normally sit down. So, for example, I love sitting in my closet. I love it. My closet is like this safe space for me. It does benefit me, but I also use that space primarily for me and my higher power. We just have a good old time. I'm in his presence. I love it. But what I've noticed is it also helps me to kind of sit down and just take some time to kind of like identify how I'm doing, kind of like a check-in. And I believe that me and my well, it is the Holy Spirit, but me and my higher power, he helps to kind of guide some of those questions. I don't know your business, but do that. Like treat yourself to your closet, or sit down in your tub, or sit down on your toilet, or sit down on the side of your bed, or wherever you have, like some people have dens and basements and attics. Explore your home and go and sit and be by yourself in this place. And if you want to, make that the designated area that you continuously treat yourself. Like that's your safe space, I guess you can say. Now again, don't get me wrong, treat yourself. Another component to being your own best friend is taking yourself out. Now, again, I'm aware that we're in COVID. There's a lot of things closed down. You can't go a lot of places. Back in the day, I was a fan for going to the movies. I was a fan walking along the lake. I mean, I can still walk along the lake, but going to the movie theaters, going to a restaurant, and treating myself. Those are things I like to do because these are things that you would do with a best friend, right? You would go watch a movie together. You'd go ride a bike with each other. You'd go eat some sushi together. So these are things that you can do with yourself. Now, I know we're in COVID, so you got to kind of spice it up a little bit, right? So it can simply just be making a meal and eating it by yourself. I like candles, light them. I like a glass of wine, pour it. Whatever it is that you enjoy, do that. That especially when you enjoy it in community and fellowship and with the people that you love, do that with yourself and sit down and enjoy that meal with you. So these are just a couple tips that I've pointed out to you guys. Again, a lot of you all already know this stuff. A lot of you all are already doing this stuff. So this could just be a reminder or an encourager. But I hope you're doing well and I hope you enjoy this. I hope sincerely, I honestly pray sincerely that that wherever you are, whatever time of day it is for you, let it be good. Bye.